intercepted.
Yeah, he's looking for his tight end running a drag route across the field, and normally you'd like him to work a little bit further outside. Here the throw's a little early, and it winds up in the hands of the defender.
The Raiders heading out to take over. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. The drive starts with a run by White. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. To throw, it's Carr. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Randy Gregory able to run him down for a 15-yard loss, and it will be 4th down.
The Denver Broncos were happy to sign Randy Gregory to a 5-year deal this offseason, and they're certainly hoping that over the course of 17 games, they can get double-digit sacks out of this young man.
Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. That's pulled in at the 32. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So here is Wilson and the Broncos. Down 7-6. A minute 52 to play. They're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Wilson to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good. And
because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. Finding Sutton. There's some space here. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Wilson's throw taken in by Sutton. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The Broncos in their hurry-up trying to get to their positions and get set quickly. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The kick by McManus is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Now it's the Raiders' turn, trailing by 2 after the made field goal. 53 ticks to go. Now their lead is evaporated, but they still have a shot on first down. Throwing his car. Buying time to his left. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Carr. And he gets it to Bolden. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's Carr. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
First down, here's White. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Holding offense.
He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys, because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
Now a give up the middle. This is White. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. What pressure as this thing all rests on the foot of Daniel Carlson. This from 51 yards for the win. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. Well, this one probably was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They're hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spot.
Fun if you won, and fun for us, because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.
So for Las Vegas, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they'll drop down to 1-3, and they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts.